Can we live on Mars? Why go to Mars at all? What is Mars really like? Mars, our dusty red neighbor, cold, empty, mysterious, harsh, and yet strangely familiar. For decades, it's been the subject of our curiosity, our science, and our wildest dreams. We've sent probes, orbiters, landers, and rovers. We've imagined colonies beneath its surface, growing crops in domes and walking under a salmon-colored sky. But here's the real question. Is Mars truly the future of humanity? Or is it just a beautiful, barren graveyard for ambitious missions? Today, we're diving deep into the planet Mars, its alien environment, every major triumph and disaster in space exploration, and the daunting, awe-inspiring possibility of human settlement. Let's explore the red planet like never before. What is Mars really like? Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun, orbiting at roughly 142 million miles away from Earth. It's about half the size of our planet, small but still massive. And though it looks like a desolate ball of red rock, don't let that fool you. Mars is as complex as it is captivating. Its day, called a sol, is just about 24 hours and 37 minutes, strangely close to Earth's. That's one reason scientists love it as a candidate for colonization. But that's pretty much where the similarities end. The Martian atmosphere is over 95% carbon dioxide. That means no oxygen for us to breathe. Without a spacesuit, you'd suffocate in seconds. And the average surface temperature? Around minus 60 degrees Celsius, minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit. In some places and seasons, it drops below minus 100 degrees Celsius. It's a frozen, windswept world. Winds on Mars can stir up planet-wide dust storms that last for weeks, blotting out sunlight and throwing a wrench into solar-powered systems. And what about water? There's no flowing water on the surface, only ice trapped in the soil and at the poles. In the distant past, rivers may have carved canyons and filled lakes, but today Mars is dry and parched. Perhaps most dangerous of all, radiation. Mars has no magnetic field like Earth to shield it from solar and cosmic rays. For astronauts, that means a constant threat of cancer and other radiation-related illnesses. In short, Mars is a hostile, beautiful wasteland, one that would kill an unprotected human in moments. But that hasn't stopped us from dreaming. Our obsession with Mars goes way back. Ancient civilizations noticed its red glow in the sky and named it after gods of war. But real exploration didn't begin until the 1960s, in the heat of the space race. 1965. NASA's Mariner 4 sent back the first ever close-up images of Mars. The grainy black and white photos shocked scientists. No canals, no signs of life, just craters. 1976. The Viking 1 and 2 landers became the first spacecraft to land successfully and send back data from the Martian surface. 1997. Sojourner, the first wheeled rover, touched down with the Pathfinder mission, forever changing how we explore other planets. 2004. Twin rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, were supposed to last 90 days. Spirit lasted 6 years. Opportunity? Over 14 years, a record of endurance and discovery. 2012, Curiosity rover arrived with its nuclear-powered energy core and started climbing Mount Sharp, uncovering evidence of ancient riverbeds and possible signs of microbial life. 2021, Perseverance joined the fleet, carrying a historic passenger, the Ingenuity helicopter, which became the first aircraft to fly on another planet. Each mission brought back more than data. They brought us stories of alien landscapes, of machines that endured beyond expectations, and of a planet that once may have been alive. We discovered signs of ancient lakes, found organic molecules, and confirmed that Mars once had the conditions for life. But Mars also holds a long list of failures. The Soviet Mars 1 mission lost contact before arrival. The UK's Beagle 2 deployed, but never phoned home. NASA's Mars Polar Lander crashed in 1999, lost in the cold silence. Even China's first interplanetary mission in 2011 never left Earth's orbit. Success on Mars is hard-earned. Just getting there is a gamble. Landing, even harder. And surviving, that's the real test. So can we really live on Mars? Technically, yes. But don't pack your bags just yet. Survival on Mars would require a radical rethinking of everything. We're not just talking about setting up tents. We're talking about terraforming human life for a different world. Here's what we'd need. Habitats shielded from radiation, likely underground or covered with Martian soil. Oxygen production systems, possibly using electrolysis on water ice or converting CO2 into breathable air. Food production units, such as hydroponic farms or genetically engineered crops. Water recycling systems, capable of squeezing every drop from waste, air, and soil. Energy sources resilient against planet-wide dust storms, possibly nuclear reactors. Mental health frameworks to cope with extreme isolation and a sky that never changes. This isn't just science fiction. NASA is aiming to send humans to Mars by the late 2030s. SpaceX, under Elon Musk's bold vision, hopes to launch crewed missions even sooner using the Starship, a fully reusable spacecraft designed for deep space travel. China is also racing to land humans on Mars before 2040, preparing through a series of lunar and Martian simulations. On Earth, we've run Mars analog missions in Antarctica, Hawaii, and the Utah desert. Sealed domes, mock missions, psychological experiments, it's all happening. But let's ask again, why go to Mars at all? Why risk lives, spend billions, and challenge nature itself? Because exploration is survival. Mars is not just a red rock, it's our backup planet, a place where we can test our limits. Studying Mars helps us understand climate change, planetary evolution, and even our own origin story. Mars teaches us humility. It reminds us how fragile Earth is. And if we master Mars, we master survival itself. Because if we can live on Mars, we can live anywhere. The countdown is already ticking. Will we rise to the challenge, or let Mars remain a silent, cold witness to broken dreams? The answer lies not in rockets, but in our will to keep pushing forward, to try, fail, and try again. Someday soon, a human foot will press into the Martian soil. Not in a movie, not in a simulation, in reality. Until that day, the robots will roam, the orbiters will scan, and our imagination will reach further than ever before. Mars is waiting, silent, unforgiving, and absolutely worth it. If you're as fascinated by Mars as we are, like this video, subscribe to Fact and Joy, and hit the bell for more journeys into deep space. Because this is just the beginning.